Does it affect you?
No, because I know they're wrong. How many times have I been here in this room where he was in consultation with different groups? Ang diktador hindi nagkukonsulta. Ang diktador sinasabi na lang niya, sinasabi, ito yung gagawin niyo sa ayaw niyo, sa gusto niyo. How many times have I watched caucuses here? Have I watched meetings in this hall that in different kausap niya, ura-urada yan. Talagang paano gagawin natin? Ano ba talagang gusto ninyo? Then you know how. So there was more consultation in his time than there have been in many following administrations. In fact, I would venture to say in most of the following administrations to my dad, there was less consultation with groups, ordinary people, farmer groups, for example, than in my father's time. Because I know that everything he did with consultation with whoever, no matter what the system of government was. That's why for me, he said, you can say what you want. That's your opinion. You're wrong.
Does it hurt you?
No.
When you hear that accusation against your father?
No. It would hurt me if they were right. But they're wrong. So.
Martial law, what is your take on that?
Well,
Kasi, can I tell you what I learned in school?
Oh, what did you learn at school?
What was taught to us about martial law is that your father wanted to stay in power. That's why he declared martial law.
Martial law was declared because of the wars, the two wars we were fighting on two fronts.
That is?
And that is in the countryside, the NPA, CPP NPA was fomenting revolution. They wanted to bring down the government through violent means. So the government had to defend itself. The second front was the secessionist movement down in the south, led by MNLF and Chairman Durmiswari at the time. He started that uprising, the secessionist movement. And that eventually turned into violence and essentially war. That was even supported. It's the reason that my mother went to Libya, because Libya was supporting the separatist movements here in the Philippines
during that time.
Sure. Those were the dangers and the perils that the country was facing. Most people do not realize, I'd say the rebels, tawag namin rebelde, the communist rebels, how close they came to Manila and how close they came to large urban centers and slowly gain control. And that's why it was necessary to, in my father's view at the time, to declare martial law. Kasi may gera na talaga eh.
That reason, how come that was not discussed to us in school? How come it was not in the news? How come it was not printed on paper? That side of the story.
Because the victors write history, don't they? It is the victors in a conflict that will write the history. The government fell, so the victors wrote this history, and that's what is being taught in schools, and that's what you heard and learned. Those reasons were expounded at great length during my father's time. Pero siyempre, nag-polarize na eh. So naging kalaban na eh. So yung kalaban, silang sumusulat ngayon ng history. Ayan ang nangyari, kaya ganyan ang natutunan ng tao.
That's why tinatawag nila ngayon yung historical revisionism, historical distortion.
Kaya lagi kong pag sinasabi na historical revisionism, sabi mo, banggitin mo yung isang halimbawa na may sinabi ako na hindi totoo. Ngayon, pagkatapos yung gawin yun, marami ako ipapakita na sinabi ninyo na hindi totoo. And I will prove it. So I don't know what historical revision. There's nothing that we say about we recognize naman the problems that happened, the abuses that occurred, like in any war. All of these things are some things that are already part of history.
So you're not revising history.
There's no reason to revise history.
Are you distorting our history?
How am I distorting?
That is their accusation. The distortion of history. Are you going to change the textbooks?
Only if they're wrong. Factual naman eh. You can check facts. Let's talk about facts, not political opinion. What are the things that actually did happen that we can show, we can prove? Tignan ninyo. We have video, we have photographs, we have records. This actually happened. As opposed to, alam mo, balita namin, ganito yung nangyari. Narinig namin, may intel kami. Naging chismis basically na hindi naman mapatunayan. Lahat na aming sinasabi, kaya namin patunayan. Well, paano nagiging revision of history? And how do you distort history? You distort history siguro. Sabihin mo, these are the actual facts, pero ang interpretation, yung spin.
If there's one thing that I really noticed about you, especially during the campaign, where I would see you backstage, inside the tent, during the preparations, behind the scenes, is that you are so calm. There's so much calmness. Parang hindi kayo talaga napipikon. Even your kids say that. Sabi ng daddy ko, huwag kang mapipikon kasi pag pikon ka, talo ka. What makes you mad? What affects you?
What really affects me is to see an innocent suffering. Yung pag may nakita ako maliit na bata na nahihirapan, walang makain, may sakit, yun. I'm already tearing up just thinking about it. But that really for me. When you're in your car, you're in the traffic light, the kids are selling you things, kung ano-ano. I always look and say, we should be doing better than this.
What is your dream for the Philippines?
Equality. Daming mayaman dito, daming mahirap. Mas marami ang mahirap.
I remember when we first did our interview, you said na you were 8 years old when you first stepped into the palace, nung naging president yung inyong ama. If you were to talk to your 8-year-old self, what would you want to tell that little Bongbong Marcos entering the palace?
Boy, are you in for a wild ride. You have no idea what the rest of your life is holding for you, but it's going to be something amazing. It's going to be something unexpected. There are so many things that happened in my life that were so unexpected. Yes, that's what I would tell my little self, is to say, prepare yourself because ang daming mangyayari sa buhay mo.
I remember when you won no May 9, the next day, it was posted in your Instagram that you visited your father.
Yes.
What did you tell him?
You should be here.
The original Del Monte Fit and Right you love is back. 28 pesos lang.
You're gonna make me cry.
You told him, you should be here.
You should be here.
Why?
Since it's yours. This is not all mine. This is yours. This is my mom. It's your good work that brought me here. Don't leave me now.
Yes.
I'm going to need your help. That was what we talked about. I spoke to him. I said, it's time for you to rest now. Don't worry, we'll be here. We'll continue. I will use everything I learned from you to continue your work.
And you did.
And I will
You're
try.
now here.
And I will try to continue that.
Congratulations, Mr. President. You did it.